production of the Cowboys.
We lost. I'm about to put a donut on the Saints.
Battle with the New Orleans Saints. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here's Lewis. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And, Brandon, as we continue to see, so much of the influence on this game is now coming from those hybrid-type players. In this case, strong safety, not worried about covering the pass. What a play on the run.
Tackled for a loss.
Yeah, forget the pregame introductions. Introduced himself with authority on that play.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Looking here for Smith downfield.
One good defense.
Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. 4th down.
4-7.
Well, that certainly looked like something.
It's 15-minute quarter. What are we going to do?
Practice getting ready for this one.
Play small.
Big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They do go for it. It's Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he will score.
Touchdown, let's go.
Cowboys. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation, turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And here's Lewis. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. New Orleans Saints take the field again. The NFC South champion New Orleans Saints. They are officially that with that victory last week over Tampa Bay 28-14. So they're 11-2, and if the season ended right now, they would be, Charles, the #1 seed in the NFC.
And NFC South champions, you mentioned it, 2nd year in a row. First time in franchise history they've won back-to-back division championships. So they'll be in the playoffs for the 3rd time in 6 years. We know Drew Brees is absolutely terrific. He's going to set another record, breaking the one he set last year for completion percentage in the season. But the defense, we hardly ever talk about this Saints defense, and we should. They've allowed just 13 points per game in their last 5 games. Even in the loss to Dallas, they only gave up 13 points.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw is Breeze. Over the middle to Smith. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Come on, Camara. Come on. I got some fun.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 45. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times,
and know what? My offense didn't touch the ball yet.
Multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while. Have an awareness.
My offense didn't.
Oh yeah, and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip
drill. Is this a 15-minute game? It's not gonna be no New Orleans.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. The dangerous hill now to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
He could come in with a vengeance now.
Here comes New Orleans. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So Breeze going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now Breeze to try again after the pick 6. He sets the fire deep.
Good hit. Good hit. Turn deep.
The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now a pitch out to Camara. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready, waiting. Easy.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Oh, and now he pulls him over. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Toss play, Kamara. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go. Hey.
Breeze now on 1st down.
Wide open. My first. I left that.
Traquan Smith, 28 yards. And the Saints are back within a score. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz good on the extra point. And that will shave one more off this lead. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing. Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, Go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the
Yo, Mr. Players up. You're a defensive mind. Mr. Players up. You don't know what I'm doing.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
I got Zeke too. Feed me.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Here we go. Here we go.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I can fit it.
A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the
hey, the what? On CTK, on the competitive, man, the season. Hey, the season franchise, man. They play very different, like real life.
A first down carry by Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll try to throw now. Prescott drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
26. We're going 47. 47. Hey, we're going right there. We're going right there. 26.
Now Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Man, they play me.
Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
I had it too.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out.
I missed it.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he's got it across midfield and down to about the 47-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Ingram. There goes Mark Ingram. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram, 47 yards. And the Saints, if they convert the extra point, they'll have the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20.
The 8-5 Dallas Cowboys return their offense to the field here, and they won last week to get to 8-5 over Philly. In that game, they had 576 yards of total offense, so you would think maybe some more points, because that's the most yards of offense they've had since 1978.
It is absolutely amazing, because you think with that much offense, you're scoring in the 40s.
Yeah.
But instead, it was a defensive battle, found a way to win in overtime. And how about the Amari Cooper trade? Now, let me just say, on the record, I didn't think giving up a 1 was a good move for Dallas. The way it's paying off, it's an excellent move for Dallas. 10 catches, 217 yards, 3 touchdowns, including the game winner off a deflected ball in overtime.
Because
sensational for them.
He has, although that deflected game winner that you speak of, a little lucky for Dak and company.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
A second down throw for Prescott.
Oh, I saw him. I was trying to.
Tyler Davison.
I couldn't get out the pocket.
To get him for a loss of 7.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big time sack.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack? It's 3rd and long.
What?
Prescott from the gun. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 30. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Breeze now on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Breeze now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. Breaks through the contact. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
You got to stay on that one.
You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Now Breeze. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That's that feet.
Well, you got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Now they'll run it on the toss. No gain there, and it leads to a
I pursued on that one.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their
Who
helmets
couldn't do
rising
nothing?
up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Second down, Prescott. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Right to the blue.
Cameron Jordan able to drop him for a loss of 4. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taking it about the 16. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. They're running. Ingram pushes over him.
Now, that's just not right.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's got this down to the 35. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
no runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Come on.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here we go. Ready? You waiting? 11.
On 1st down, Breeze. He's going to take a shot for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And now running right through it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
I'm listening. Mm-hmm.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It's a loss of a yard
you missing
there.
up his defense now. I see what you're doing.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go. Let's finish now. Here we go. 47. 26.
The give is to Elliott.
Oh, one man beat.
Up to about the 13.
One man to beat.
5 yards
I gotta make a move on.
3rd and about 6 yards to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about
make that one
in the
move.
first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Cowboys on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And this
Come on. I should have waited. I should have waited. I was a linebacker. I should have waited. Pass that linebacker. I threw it too soon.
Knock it away and brings up a 4th down decision.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 36. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
I should have stuck with him.
Past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Breeze now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 17. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
A CD, by the way, we have some news from the esports world. First major of the new year. The Madden Classic was held in Las Vegas during Week 14 of the NFL season. 170 players.
Yeah, did you see the money?
Over $150,000 in prize money.
Not so bad, huh? Yeah. Not too shabby.
And your winner, I'll let you do the honors for the second straight year.
Michael Skimbo, second straight year. The man walks away with the money and the championship belt. He beat Justin Lowman Brown 28-21 in the final. I think the world was looking forward to this one, and they got it. And I can't wait to see how Skimbo does with the rest of the majors now. He is the man to beat.
Sorry, little man Barone. Congratulations, Skimbo.
Prescott now on second down. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. They'll give to Elliott. He finds an opening past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
That's the way how the Cowboys play. I mean, we got shut out. Time possession was out, but we couldn't get in the end zone. 2-minute penalties.
Right back to him on first down. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Real football, TK. Real football.
Here's Prescott. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Cowboys on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical
that's
to the
Vic team.
attack as a lot of receivers.
That's what the Cowboys. We got shut out. I mean, we had a bad game. Damn. We're gonna be. My team gonna be all right.
Plays for an offense.
Here we go. Wide, 47.
A first down throw for Prescott.
Oh no.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, you know, thinking back to last week around the league, it was we've had some crazy weeks this year, Charles, but this was one of the crazier, maybe the craziest week that we've had. You think about the 99-yard run that sort of kicked it all off. Of course, that wild finish in Miami. I mean, we saw a bunch of interesting things.
We certainly did. How about the three worst teams by record in the NFL? The Jets, the Raiders, the 49ers all won on the same weekend. We had overtime in Kansas City and in Dallas. And the two front runners in the NFC, New Orleans got a scare in Tampa Bay. And the Rams lost in Chicago.
Yeah, crazy weekend. It figures to be a crazy finish the rest of the way in this NFL season.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a 2-yard pickup. And that
teaching got not to play real football. We got to play small.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they
4
had to be alert
4
to
and
the
5.
possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football.
You acting like your coach now.
And stopped them for almost no gain.
You acting like Sean Payton.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again.
We're waiting. 11.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And this is
Come on.
incomplete.
No. The defense.
And this defense will take over right at midfield. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit...
Man, how you get there?
They sack him back at the 42.
I should have ran. Cover 2. Somebody was open, too. The middle field was open. Oh, man.
sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Prescott now. Incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott.
Whoa! Let me get some of
At the 42. Alex Okafor in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 10. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
We'll see what his offense can do. On the ground, Kamara. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
Sammy! Ready! You ready?
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be
you get 300 yards on this defense now.
The first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
No, this offense is staying put. They're just 1 for 4 in these situations so far, but they're going again on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Ingram. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
And on 4th and 1 as a running back, you're looking for any seam you can find. This is not where you want to be a hero and break off a big one. You just need to make sure you get that yard. And here he picks up the first down with a couple of yards to spare.
Here we go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready? You ready?
The busy night continues for Kamara. Room to run past midfield. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 64 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get
Come on, Lee. Oh!
I just know the way the game's being played, the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 clutch situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be enough.
We're going to make this
Here,
one.
they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Lutz now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They go play action here on first down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Okafor in there to get him again. The third time he sacked him here tonight. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Prescott. He's going to air one out. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. So after the INT, it's Breeze. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker Will Lutz for the field goal attempt. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
We got three.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
47.
Final play of the half. Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he will be brought down. His time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, 46, 46. 26.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Elliott. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's Elliott.
Yo.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Here we go, 47. 26.
They'll run with Elliott. And he's got this down to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
A good run there off right tackle. In an old school NFL football, the right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And a solid run down inside the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 28 yards. And now the Cowboys are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
Hey, 47. Hey, switch.
Prescott to throw it. That is incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points.
Yeah.
But I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
And here's Lewis. not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Call it a gain of 4. Leaves him with options here on 2nd and just a yard. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Again, it's Kamara. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Running with Kamara. And past the 30 down to about the 27. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Here we go. We're waiting.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The Saints on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They run. It's Kamara. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Here we go, 47.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, one thing neat going on around the NFL again recently this year, we've seen this before, but the My Cause, My Cleats is just a chance for the players to give back to a certain charity that they like and dress up their shoes how they want. I know you saw that a couple weeks ago in your game.
I certainly did. I had the Giants and the Bears, and during this time frame, each team is allowed to designate one home game for My Cause, My Cleats, and that was the Giants' home game. They designated it. And Alec Ogletree had a big game. I mean, he had a pick six for a touchdown, a bunch of tackles, and his cleats were for autism awareness. What a perfect time to put that on stage. His cause, his cleats, and a big game as well. But that certainly felt like an example of a defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game. They want to keep it going.
On third down, it's Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. At 13 yards that time and a first. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
46. 26.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
46, 46.
Prescott from the gun on third. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is fielded at the 7. A very good return that time. 18 yards. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Space to maneuver at the 40. He's at the 40. 20. 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Mark Ingram with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints add on to their lead. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one.
Ready. We're waiting. All right, 2.
They'll try and run with Ingram. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. Dancing to his left. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a 1st down as well.
Help me out, partner. Did they use up all their juice on 2nd down when they got the sack? Because on 3rd down, 0 pressure all the time in the world, and he picks up the 1st down with that throw.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Drops it underneath to Elliott. Finding some room at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 16 yards there. 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another 1st down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. To throw is Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Gotta put it over the top.
Prescott now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Second down, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game. And he's got a first down. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Prescott. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This will be caught at about the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Running with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
They go for just 1 here as it's up and good, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Here we go.
Toss play, Kamara. Able to avoid him at the 40. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
On the ground, Kamara. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a 3rd down and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Breeze now to throw. And that is incomplete. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. And he comes back with one complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Y'all know how to punt, TK.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. The give is to Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, boy.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Missile.
Prescott now on 2nd down. His throw incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and now it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Being chased out left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup.
Oh, wasn't that fast, boy?
For getting this inside the 30.
Boy, I put it right there. I put it right there.
They convert there on 4th down.
I put it right over the top. Got another pass. I put it right over the top. It was too high. He couldn't jump. It was too far underneath.
Going to 54. Wide in. Here we go. Wide in.
They give to Elliott. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd down, Elliott.
That was a block. He pancaked somebody.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Get out. It's coming now. Here we go. 47.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
46.
Now Elliott. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Here we go. Wide in.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis. Interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Let's go on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
47, 26.
Throwing, Prescott, forced out to his left. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know. I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, a 22. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. A first down throw for Prescott. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. Still shit. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 30 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Brees going to throw here. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Brees. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's an 8-yard pickup. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Brees to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, 43 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. And he's got it up and through. Jets now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tyler Davison in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
People need that game.
Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. And he's going to go down again.
He won. He got it.